So, today we will talk about, we have exercise 17. We will talk about a second method for drawing accurately in two-point perspective. Last class we talked about one method. This is another method. So, the same object you can draw with this method or with the first method. It depends really sometimes which method you're more comfortable with. Sometimes one method is more easy to apply than the other, depends on what you are drawing. So, you need to know both, how to apply them both. So this method is a revolved plan method, basically. The previous method, I call it method A, this is method B, okay? But they have their own names, so you can know which one it is. So, we will draw an object. This object, I will draw it here using this method to show you how it works. And later you will have to draw this object as it is, scale 1 to 1. And also your model that you made, scale 1 to 5 using this method, okay? So, what is this method and how do we start? We start with a line called the picture plane line. This is not the horizon line. This is an additional line. The picture plane line. On top of the picture plane line, we will draw whatever object as a top view. So now this object here from the top as a top view or plan view, if you're an interior designer in the future, the top view, they call it plan view. That's why it's called the revolved plan, okay, from this. So we have a plan view, which is a top view of an object, and revolved means basically rotated. So we have to draw the object. Now this is the top view of this object. Look at all the surfaces from the top. We see this surface, we see this surface. So this surface is this, with the accurate measurements, okay? If it's scale 1 to 1, what you have here, you will draw it. If it's another scale, you will scale it accordingly. So all the surfaces visible from the top, we place them, okay? So this is the top view of this object. But this is not revolved yet. So we need to take this top view, put it on top of the picture plane line, and rotate it at 60, 30 degree. Now, from this side 60, from this side 30, or the opposite way. If I put 60 here and 30 here, it also works, okay? But you need to pay attention to one thing. If the 60 is here, we see less from the side. So if I put 60 here, this side, I will not see it that well. The 30 degree side, we can see more details. So which side you want to show more details? This is the one you will put the 30 degree on. So we have 60 and we have 30, either here or the opposite way. And this is the top view, take it, just rotate it. Okay, now here I haven't completed the top view yet. I will complete it now. But any top view you start, it's advisable to draw, first of all, what the rectangle or square or whatever within which the object lies. So don't start drawing here the details, okay? Draw this object, take it, so we know the length and the height of it. Then, which corner of these should be here? Okay? So if you made a sketch of a drawing, and this is the corner that should be here, then the same one you should choose to place on the picture plane line. Then, you will take this and rotate it according 30, 60 degree. After that, you will draw inside the details with correct measurement. So, what do we have here? So, what do we have here? We have this part here to draw, which is this surface, and this is 2 centimeters by 4. Now, we already know this is 4 because I made it, so 2. 1, 2. Okay? And we have from this side the same thing. a 2 centimeter surface. 1, 2. Okay. Now, what else do we have? This surface here, which is this one. Basically, we have at the back here this surface, which is this here, okay? This is how much? This is also, this is 1 centimeter here. You see here, 1 centimeter. So, 1. So this is here, look, 1. And we place the surface where it's located. So this is the correct measurement according to scale 1-to-1 scale. So what we have here, we place here, okay? So this is the top view, rotated at 30-60 degree. As I said, you first draw the main square, the main rectangular object within which the object lays. After that, you will put the details, okay? So, now, this is again the picture plane line. This edge here, this corner is this corner, okay? And we will draw the object according to this. Now, what is the next step? The next step is to find again the 90-degree intersecting point. Like in the first method, we have 2 lines, okay? We will have vanishing points, 2 vanishing points. We will need the 90-degree intersecting point. But with this method, you can only use this ruler. You cannot use this. Why? Because this is the 45 degree. We have here 60-30. Now, if you use this, the lines, so this line and this line will not be parallel. And this is a big mistake. Okay? So be careful. Now, if I use this ruler, now I have here what? The 60 degree from this side, the 30 degree from this side. Notice the ruler, if I place it, this is the 30, this is the 60. So this line, if I place it exactly on the line, this line is parallel to this line. This line is parallel to this line. This is how you should use it. Now, if you put the 30 degree here and the 60 here, then you will use it this way, okay? This is very important that the lines are parallel, okay? Now, if I put here, okay, the vanishing points here, for example, it will not be a good idea. They're too close to each other, and we will end up with a weird-looking perspective. So, there is a thing that you should do before you start drawing anything, to make sure that the distance is enough far away, okay? You will place from this corner down a straight line until the picture plane line. From this corner down a straight line till it touches the picture plane line. And you will measure from here to here how much? How much is this? 2 times 2x. So this distance, if it's, for example, 5 centimeter times 2, it becomes 10. And you will measure from here down 10, for example, okay? So what is this distance? You place straight line, you measure, then you will put a straight line down. A straight line down. So this distance times 2, okay? So, this distance times 2, wherever it is, okay? This is going to be the station point. So this is the SP here. Now from this point, we need to do this, okay? So we will take this down, this edge, this corner down until here, which is 2 times the distance. And then we will what? Draw the lines. Continue until you reach the picture plane line. These points we will call P1, P2. From them we will find the vanishing points. But for now they are P1, P2, these 2 points. So what again? This distance is 2 times this. Not that you cannot make it shorter or a little longer, you can. But if you make it too long or too short, too close to this point, the perspective might look not good, okay? So this is the point to do this. This is what 90-degree intersecting point called the station point. Now, we need to find the horizon line. We need horizon line, we need ground line, okay? Like in the first method. Now the horizon line can be anywhere in this location. I can even start here if I want to. Horizon line, put the ground line. It depends on how much space you have, okay, on the paper, what you are drawing, okay? Now, in my case, I will put it here because I don't have a lot of space. But it doesn't mean that I want to see everybody exactly doing the same thing. You can put your horizon line here, okay? The important thing is what, just to remember, that these 2 points are not too close to each other. If they're too close to the object, you might have problems. Another thing, the distance between horizon and ground. So where I put here the horizon line, not important. But where is the ground line according to the horizon line? This is important. How the object will look. So if my horizon line is here, the eye level line, and here is the ground. So, for example, if I look at the object like this or like this, it will change the way it looks. So the distance between horizon and ground line, this is what you can play with, and this will change the way the object looks, okay? Where I put these 2, again, it doesn't really matter here, okay? I can start here, horizon line, I can start here, I can start here, and then put the ground line here, okay? So, it depends on the space. Now, let me put it here, because I don't have a lot of space. And the best way to understand this is actually to draw. So you draw it one time like this, you draw it another time, you change the line locations, and you see what happens. Even this distance, do, for example, a wrong one, put it very close, and see what happens in this case, okay? Just experiment. This way you will learn what is the difference. So this is which line? The horizon line. But let's put it here, horizon line. Now, the ground line. The farther away they are, then it means I'm looking more like this towards the object. The closer they are together, it means I'm looking like this. It also depends on the height of the object, whether you will be looking at it like this or like this. So there are many factors that play a role. Now let's put the ground line where? We can put it anywhere in this location. Let's put it here, for example. Okay. We have enough space here. Ground line. from these 2 points, P1 and P2, we will put straight lines down until where? Until the horizon line. Okay? This will be vanishing point 1. And here the same thing. So here it will be vanishing point 2. Okay. Now this line, we will extend it down further until the ground, wherever our ground line is located. Okay. Now, from this point that touch the ground line, we will take to the vanishing points. Okay? Okay. Now, before we continue, we will actually start drawing the object from this point. Okay? Now, before we continue, in the first method, we had a way to find the locations of certain objects on this line using a certain method. This method, how do we find the location? Okay, how do I know where this point here is going to be located on this line? How do I know this point? How do I know all these other points? Okay? So, here we need to do the following. Now, first, whatever object you have here drawn, it might have a lot of points, corners. Like, for example, this is 1, this is 1, this is 1, this here, this, okay? The first thing you will start with is the main points. The main points on what? On this line and on this line. Because you might have a lot of details, okay? So, what are the main points on this line? This point and this point. What do we have here on this line? Just this point and this point. Later we will think about the back points. Some of them we do not need to find because when we take the line to the vanishing point, alone it will show us where it is, okay? But first the frontal points. So this, and this. Now, how do we do that? Well, we have the station point. From all of these points, we need to take straight lines to the station point. So, from this point to the station point, from this point to the station point, what else do we have? This point also. And this point here, okay? You have to take it to the station point. Okay, so we took them to the station point. What happened in this, when we do that? These lines cross the picture plane line at certain points. Mark them clearly. Be careful, not horizon line, the picture plane line. This is what it's for. So these points, when you take them to the station point, where do they cross the picture plane line? Mark them carefully. Now, from their location, from all of these locations, we need to take straight lines down until they touch basically this line, okay? So, first, before I draw any details, I will draw the main, just rectangular object, okay? So, I need, the first point, I already know where its location is. Where is it? Here, okay? We know it. This point, where is it located? Here. So, from here, we will take a straight line down now until it crosses with the line. So it crosses, for example, here. Okay? So that's the end of it. This one where, here is the point. From here we will take straight line down. Until it crosses the line. Okay? Now, be very careful when you draw these lines and these lines, because all of them need to be perfectly exact. So these lines must go exactly to the station point. When you take the lines down, the straight lines, they need to be exactly straight, perpendicular to this. Because if you shift it a little bit, even a millimeter, the end result will be different, okay? So be careful, use the T-square with this ruler and draw straight, okay, very straight. And shift it up, shift it down, as I explained to you in the past. So, now we have found this point and this point. We know this point, where it's located. So here I will draw the square. 5, how much is the height? The height of it, of all of the object. This is 5 centimeters from here to here, or from here to here 5. Then there is another 1 centimeter, this object. So 6. 6 is the maximum, okay? So from here, so we will have again a ruler here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for example, 6, okay? Let's say this is the maximum. So from here, from this point, we will take, now don't get confused if they intersect these lines. The station point line have nothing to do with this. Let me make it a little lighter, okay? So from this point, which is 6, I will take it to the vanishing point. Be careful not to take it to the wrong point. So from here to the vanishing point, the vanishing point, and here also taking it to the vanishing point. So that you don't get these overlapping lines. That's why many people who draw with this method, they put the horizon line and the ground line below all of this, okay? So that we don't get a lot of overlapping lines. But if you're short on space, this is what you have to do. So this is the maximum height, and where does the object end? Here and here. Okay. Now, from this point, I will take again to the vanishing point to complete the object. And from this point to the other vanishing point. So basically, this object, cuboid object, is what will have this one inside of it. Now we will start the details. What details? We have here this line. We will start at the first corner, which is this one here. Okay? So let me darken it so you can see here. This is the first corner. From the first edge. So this is here, from here to here, should be 2 centimeters. We know it by this. I can put the measurement here, or here, or here. It's the same. From here to here, 2 centimeters. Now, on the first edge, it's exactly 2. Okay, 1, 2, this point. So, from this point, now I will take to the vanishing point. Where is number 2 here? To the vanishing point. And again, from this point to the other vanishing point. So from number 2 to the other vanishing point. Okay. Where does this object end? From here to here, 2 centimeters. But because now we are in the receding axis, it will be shorter than 2. So how do we know? Well, through these points. So where is this going to be here? This line. From here. So this point, we already found it by taking it to SP on the picture plane line. From here, we will have to take a straight line down. So, from this point here, straight line down. This method you will use a lot, especially if you're an interior designer. So, very important. So, from this point, when we take a straight line down until here, where it will cross, this is the place of this line, okay? So, this is here the line. But, we can see that the line extends up because it has a height. Okay, what is the height? 5 centimeters. But this here, you cannot measure it from here to here 5. You cannot. You have to go back to the first edge. From here to here, I will just extend the line now, just random, and then I will measure it. So measure it from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From this point, I will take to the vanishing point. To the vanishing point. And where it will intersect this line here, this one go to the vanishing point. This is the 5 centimeter in perspective in this point. So, basically, what is that point? This point is this point, okay? So, now, from this point, of course, going to the vanishing point, then, what do we have? Okay. Now, we found the location of this point. This later I will find. This is a detail. So, I need this point now. And this point I already found. This point I already found. I need this. Okay, this point here I found. I need this point here. This point located where? Here. This is the one. From this point, we will put straight line down. Up, this point, from this point, here, going to SP, from here, we need to put straight line down until it intersects this line, okay? So, the location of the next object, which is this here object, okay, is located here. Okay, the first one where? Located here. Okay, now we already found the height of this line, which is this line here. The height of this line you don't need again to find, because it's again from 5 centimeters, taking this line to the vanishing points, it already intersects here. Do you notice? So, I will extend this line up until here. This is what I need. Okay, now, this here object we need to delete. From this corner, we need to take to the vanishing point. Now, in your case, don't delete anything, as you already know. but here it becomes overcrowded with these paints. So, to the vanishing point. Okay. I also don't need these here. So from this point here and from this point, I will take these 2 points to the vanishing point also. Okay, let me delete this here. Okay, so this height of this object here is supposed to be 5 centimeters in perspective, of course. This line goes back until where? So I need to take this point to the vanishing point to know that. So this line to the vanishing point. So this will be here deleted. And from this point, where they intersect to the vanishing point, so they will intersect here. From this point, I will put up until it touches this line. From this line, I will take to the vanishing point until it touches this line. Okay? Now, we have this detail that we haven't done, and we have this object that we haven't put. So this object belongs here. But it is 1 centimeter high. So how can I know? Okay, we will extend the lines. Extend the lines up. Extend the line up. How high? 1 centimeter. Some of you will measure here. No. You have to go back to the first edge. Okay? And any object, the first edge, this line and this line is the first step. So, where is 5 centimeter? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. This is number 6. We need number 6. Okay? From this point, we will take to the vanishing point. To the vanishing point. Now, from this line, we will extend up. Use another color. We will find first the 1 centimeter on top of this line, because this object is at the back. Okay? So, this is one method to do it, from here. Or I can do it from here, the same thing. But it's the same step. So I will put this up from here up, where they touch these lines. Okay? At number 6. Now I will take them to the vanishing point to see where they will intersect this line and this line. So here back and here back. Okay? They will intersect here, here. So this is 1 centimeter in this perspective from this point. Okay? So first the edge, then on top of this line or on top of this line. Where is it located? Then from these points backwards where they will intersect the object at the back. This thing must become very clear. Okay? So, now these points I will just connect. Take to the vanishing point. Okay. Now, we have other points to find. Now look, here at the top, we have this object, which is this one. So, from here to here, how much? 1 centimeter. Okay, but we need to find this point. Either this point or this point. One of them. Okay? If I find this point, where is it located? On this line here. First thing, what do? I take this point to SP. Where is our SP point? Okay, where it was? It was here, the SP. SP was here, okay? So from this point to SP, we take it. And down to SP. Now where it will intersect the picture plane line, from here, we need to take what? A straight line down. Straight line down to where? To where it will intersect this line. Okay? Here is 1 centimeter from that point. So, let me make it with black now. So, for example, this is the place that we want. Now, from this point to the vanishing point, where it will intersect this line, this is the stop, so we will put a line down, and then from this point to this point, they should connect perfectly and go to the vanishing point. So, what is the object here? This object is this object, okay? Now, these are here back lines from the hidden lines, so we can make them dotted. So, now, let's continue. We need to find this detail, the location. To find it, we need to know this point and this point first, okay? So, where is it located, this point and this point? On the top view. So, this is here 1 centimeter, and this is 1 centimeter. So, from here, 1, from here, 1. So, it's located here. Great. We will take them to SP. Take them to SP, where they will intersect the picture plane line. These are the 2 points we want. From here, we put them down, straight down. Until they reach the line that we want, which is this line, okay, here. Where's the other point here? This one? Straight line down. Until it reaches and crosses this line. So this is the location of this point and this point. Now, we have the height, okay? So what is the height of these two? From the first edge, what is the height? 2 centimeter. It's the same height like this object, 2 centimeter, okay, 2. So, 1, 2, so this line basically, do you see this line that goes to the vanishing point? It already crosses here, this and this, so this is what we want. So this is here the object that we need. Now, let me delete the things that we don't need so that you can see better. This is here the space. We will delete this. So these things are construction lines. Okay. So from this point now what? How do we find this line? It has to go to the vanishing point. Take to the vanishing point. So, is anything left else to do? No. Everything is finished here. Let me just make them a little more clear, more visible. So here we have this object. Here we have this. So that's it basically. So here very important, every step must be correctly drawn for the final result to be correct. If the top view is wrong, this will be wrong. If you shifted it at a wrong angle instead of 60-30, it will be wrong. If you haven't found the station point and these two lines to be parallel to each other and at the correct distance so that the two vanishing points will be further apart, again it will affect the final result. Then, when you found these points, if you don't take them exactly to the station point location and then straight down, this will affect the final object. So any of these steps wrong, it will affect the result. Okay? So you must use your rulers very carefully. This paper must be with tape and a T-square and the ruler correctly. So you can use only this ruler. Again, I will remind you, it depends if you put 30 here or 60 here, how the ruler will be, like this or like this, okay, depending on where the 30, where the 60 is. Of course, you need to also be able to draw the plan or the top views correct. So if you make a mistake in that, that will be a problem. So if you get something like that in the exam, first draw a sketch. This is here a sketch, okay? A sketch of the top surfaces. Later, when I take this object and I put it here, I put it with the correct measurements. Here, it's just a quick drawing just to understand the top view. Later, okay, this is 2 centimeters. Here it must be 2. This one 2. This must be 2. This line how much? And so on, okay? And is it at the correct angle? Rotate it. So these things you need to be careful about. And then all of the points, you already know how to find them. The heights, only from the first edge. Okay? Here you measure. If you have objects at the back, first you find the location on top of this line or on top of this line. And then you take them again to the vanishing point to find the back objects. I will put you another video also, an old video on the e-learning, so you can see me drawing this and other objects as well for more practice. But what I want of you is to draw this exact object, scale 1 to 1, so the real measurements on your paper using this method, and then your model. Your model scale 1 to 5, which means that the 15 centimeter cube will become 3, the 10 will become 2, the 5 will become 1 on the paper. Because the model, you have a lot of cubes. Maybe there won't be space on the paper, okay? So this is it.